What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and today I'm going to be catching you guys up on all the latest Advanced Warfare news, gameplay, information, all that good stuff. I'm back from LA, my trip to E3 and MLG Anaheim, so expect a highlight video of that soon. But I'm back at my game setup, and I've got loads of videos to make for you guys. There's lots of exclusive information that I've learnt while being in LA and going to various events, so I can't wait to share that with you guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on those videos. More is on the way. Lots of Advanced Warfare stuff that you wouldn't have seen anywhere else. I can't wait to share it with you guys. But essentially 3 trailers have come out recently. I'm assuming you guys would have seen them. If not, I'll link all 3 in the description, but I'm going to be breaking them down, analysing them, and also sharing some extra info that I know which links into this footage. So if you enjoy the video and find information, definitely give it a like rating. But first off, we'll look at this screenshot right here, which was tweeted out by Michael Condrey, one of the, of course, lead developers at Sledgehammer. I actually met him, which is pretty cool to talk to him, and there's lots of information that he is going to be sharing, so make sure you definitely keep track of him. He's one to follow, and he tweeted out this image, which is a multiplayer scoreboard. So this is actually multiplayer footage, and you can see right here, this is the end screen. After you've just finished a multiplayer game, you will see this screen at the bottom. You can see the kind of preview of a map, not very much, but you can see kind of like the side of a building and a little bit of a light on one of them. But essentially what you can see here at the very top is capture the flag. So that's confirmed game mode for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which is really cool. Obviously Ghost had Blitz, which is like an adaptation of capture the flag, where you don't actually have to bring the flag back, you just have to kind of jump to a portal. But capture the flag obviously is the classic game mode. Assuming they've kept it the same, we have to go get the flag from the enemy base, bring all the way back to your base, run all the way through the map, past enemies to your base, and capture it to be able to get a point or score. And to be able to score, you have to also have your flag back on base. So it's a very interesting game mode, very, very big for competitive esports. I'm interested to see how that's going to work out. And so yeah, this is essentially a look at multiplayer, kind of cool to see. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about capture the flag returning? Do you prefer capture the flag, like the classic game mode of having all the Call of Duties up to Black Ops 2, or do you prefer the Blitz game mode from Ghost? I actually personally prefer the Blitz game mode just because it's a lot more quicker and simple, and it's always so stressful to be able to run all the way through the map and capture the flag. But I'm interested to see how it will play out in Advanced Warfare, of course. But moving on, we can see the first of some of the trailer footage. And this first trailer, there's one scene that I thought was very interesting, and this is this right here. You can see on the top monitor right here is a brand new weapon which hasn't been seen before. To me, it looks similar to an LMG. It's got a very, very large drum magazine, possibly an assault rifle with a very large magazine, but it's definitely got a very huge clip, and it's a very large weapon in general. So that's a weapon we haven't seen before in Advanced Warfare. Pretty cool to see. And then moving on, we can see some information about the pre-order bonus for Advanced Warfare, and this is the brass exosuit. This is a very special version of the suit which looks almost gold. Obviously brass, the metal, is very similar to gold. It's a little bit kind of more dull than gold. It's not as shiny, but this is a very, very cool one nevertheless. It looks really, really cool and polished, and this is essentially what you get pre-ordering the game, similar to how you got Freefall and Nuketown back in the day. I'm sure there'll be more pre-order bonuses to come, but if you're looking for a place to pre-order Advanced Warfare, I'll leave links to Amazon in the description. That's always a very trustworthy retailer, and you'll be able to get this pre-order bonus. And also if you're on PC, I'll leave a link to G2A, because they're obviously a very good site for PC gamers. So that's where you can pre-order it, and you'll actually be able to pick up this pre-order bonus right here, which is a very cool exosuit. And he did confirm this would be for multiplayer and co-op, not just single players. This is a confirmed multiplayer feature. They will be able to have this, and he also said co-op as well. We do know there's going to be a co-op mode in Advanced Warfare. We don't know what just yet. It could be something very simple like the survival mode, the kind of stuff we saw in Modern Warfare 3, or it could be a brand new kind of horde mode like we saw Ghost do, the Extinction Alien mode. It could be something very similar to that, something like dinosaurs or cyborg robot horde mode. It's something very interesting, and we don't know just yet. But also another thing that sticks out to me is because you can get this brass version of the exosuit, I think you can definitely in multiplayer be able to get multiple camos for your exosuit, not just your weapons, but I think there'll be camos for your exosuits, maybe a red tint, maybe a silver tint, or like a platinum really shiny one. I think there'll be able to be multiple unlockable colors, because you can see the brass one, maybe there'll be a gold one, and all different colors and patterns, stuff like that. I think that's very, very likely. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. And but another thing right here is a little snippet of a mission. You can see a bunch of the Sledgehammer guys in this kind of theater, very similar to one that I watched some of the missions for Advanced Warfare in. But this mission you can see right here is the Biolab mission that I described on my channel. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it in the description as well. But Biolab is obviously the mission, and this is the part of the mission where you're climbing up the cliff and you've got your invisibility cloak on, the helicopter's trying to search for you. And so just kind of for reference, that is what the Biolab mission looks like. It's very, very cool. And then moving on, we can see the Quantum EM1 weapon. This is a brand new weapon that you also get in the pre-order bonus. This is in addition to the exosuit. You also get this brass version of the EM1. Obviously the EM1 is going to be in multiplayer as a standard laser weapon, but you can also get it in this brass version if you pre-order the game. You can see it in action right here, and this is obviously the first multiplayer gameplay of Advanced Warfare we have received. This is pretty exciting stuff. You can see this weapon being used to destroy a sentry gun in the background and also some sort of drone. I can't tell what exactly this drone is going to be for. It doesn't seem to be shooting at the player. Perhaps it's a drone that shoots you, perhaps it's a radar drone that follows you around and like provides information, like maybe it shows people behind walls, maybe it shows their position, maybe it kind of makes noises when they're around, maybe it protects you, gives you like some armor or something like that. We don't know what it's going to be, but it's definitely some sort of multiplayer kill streak, and it's very exciting to see. And another thing about this weapon is that it's got unlimited ammo, so it does not run out. It's simply a cooldown kind of system where you can shoot it, and if you shoot it too much, it will have to cool down. You have to wait for it to be able to recharge. So you've got to kind of budget this weapon, how you shoot it. You've got to time it well, similar to kind of miniguns in Call of Duty. You've got to use it sparingly, and then if you use it too much, it will kind of burn out. It has to be cooled down for a while, so you can't use it. So that's how it's balanced, and it does seem to take quite a while to destroy stuff. It did seem to destroy the sentry gun pretty quickly from what we saw, and also this kind of drone right here will be interesting to see in terms of balance, how long it takes to kill actual players or humans, because obviously an unlimited laser rifle does need to be balanced very well. So that's going to be interesting to kind of see how that is actually implemented into multiplayer, but it's a very cool weapon. And another cool thing is that this weapon has actually been seen before from the Game Informer articles that showed these pictures right here, and you can see this weapon. This is kind of like a side view of this plasma rifle right here called the EM1, and this is a very cool weapon, and I can't wait to see in action some more. And in general, all the laser weapons, they look very, very interesting, and I'm interested to see whether they'll be their own category in multiplayer. And then we can see a little bit of gameplay. This is from a trailer about the future technology in Advanced Warfare, and first off we can see the grenade that we've seen a lot. This is kind of like a sensory grenade that shows off where all the enemy positions are behind cover. Not exactly sure how this will work in multiplayer exactly, whether this will be unlockable. I'm assuming it will be, but I'm not sure how it'll be balanced. And then we have a very interesting scene which shows off a brand new shield that syncs up to your exosuit and actually follows you around the shield. It gets lowered as you aim down sight, so you can kind of like pop in and out, and the shield will go up and down to protect you from obviously enemy gunfire. And the interesting thing about here is that we can see a glimpse of a brand new weapon we haven't actually seen before, and this is the AK-47, or the Advanced Warfare variant of it. Obviously you have the AK in most of the Call of Duty games, and in Black Ops 2 at the AN-94. This is going to be a very similar weapon, that AK-47 that we all love. A very, very classic weapon I'm excited for. And but strangely enough, for whatever reason, the first person view of this isn't actually the AK-47. So what you can see right here is actually a submachine gun. I know that as a fact. In all the missions I've seen, this is definitely a submachine gun, and it's a different weapon to what was being held in the guy's hands earlier. I'm not sure why or for what reason the editing of this trailer, they've kind of included different clips, but they're different weapons nonetheless. And this weapon right here is an AK-47, and we should definitely be excited for this weapon to be returning in multiplayer. And then moving on, finally, we can also see a little bit of extra gameplay of the mission called Collapse, which is another mission I've seen, which I'll be describing very soon on my channel. Look out for that video. But this mission essentially takes place on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and it's a very, very epic scene. And you can see the laser weapon, the EM1, being used again right here. Is very, very interesting to see. It's shooting at some drones, and again you can see its fire rate, how much damage it takes to destroy these drones, and a little bit more. Obviously it's not the brass version that we'd get if you pre-order the game. This is the normal standard version. You can see the ammo just says 1 because it's unlimited. And then right here you can see another scene which I described in my Biolab mission. This is the very end of the Biolab mission, where you go into the room and then you find this hover tank and it starts taking off. This is the hover tank taking off, which is a crazy, crazy scene, and it looks absolutely crazy. It just destroys everything. This thing is definitely something very interesting to look out for in the single player, and possibly even the multiplayer if it's a kill streak. I doubt that because it is very large, but maybe it will be in multiplayer as well. And then also here you can see the scanner, which I talked about, which can see through the invisibility cloaks. This thing can actually see all cloaks, so it doesn't matter if you've got your exosuit on invisible, this thing can actually see through you, which is interesting to see. Again, might that be a multiplayer? And then finally you can see right here being shot at from the helicopter. So those are 3 scenes from the actual Biolab missions. You can kind of see from context what I was talking about. And then finally at the very end here we can see a interesting scene, and this is actually slow motion. You actually have the slow motion ability. Obviously I'm very doubtful this being multiplayer. I don't even think that's possible to slow down time in multiplayer when there are other players around you, but in single player definitely this is going to be a feature where your exosuit basically allows you to move super fast and speed things up so that it appears that you're actually slowed down because your exosuit is working so fast everything else appears to be slower. So this is very cool stuff. Lots of information in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found it informational. If you did, give it a like rating and make sure you're subscribing for all the future videos I'm going to be uploading. There's lots of stuff to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.